Hello, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM. You have joined us for Flashback Friday, and tonight we've got a lineup of film noir where flashbacks reveal the history behind the dark lives of the characters. Up next, a first-rate crime thriller that also serves as the screen debut of one of the biggest stars of the 20th century, Burt Lancaster, as well as a breakout performance from another great star of the era, Ava Gardner. From Universal in 1946, The Killers. The story begins memorably, and it begins in the shadows. From frame one, it's clear danger is on the horizon. Out of the shadows and into a New Jersey diner come a couple of thugs. The threat they pose oozes through the screen. They're played with menace by William Conrad and Charles McGraw. Within just a couple of minutes, they make their intentions clear. They're here for murder. I'll tell you what's going to happen, says Conrad. We're going to kill the Swede. The Swede is a former boxer, Burt Lancaster. Through flashbacks, we learn all the lurid reasons why these men want to kill the Swede. Tense and tightly structured, The Killers is a magnificent example of the crime genre that the French would name film noir. It features terrific direction from Robert Siodmak, a German Jew who'd fled Nazi Germany and clearly understood darkness. He made a number of top-tier film noirs. This is his best known. The script features uncredited contributions from John Huston and Richard Brooks. As I said, in addition to Lancaster's unforgettable and impressive debut, The Killers made a star out of Ava Gardner. Gardner had made roughly 25 movies over about 5 years in Hollywood, but her work was either uncredited or insignificant. Most people still thought of her as Mickey Rooney's ex-wife or maybe Artie Shaw's current wife. Gardner's work as the femme fatale in The Killers allowed her to showcase a sultry and dangerous side and instantly elevated her standing in Hollywood. Killers is based on a 1927 short story by Ernest Hemingway. Although the picture wowed critics and audiences, Hemingway might have been its biggest fan. He had his own print of the film, and he would screen it for friends at his home in Cuba. Perhaps the Hemingway connection made it easier for The Killers to earn more praise than most film noir from the era. Picked up 4 Academy Award nominations, adapted screenplay, editing, original score, and a Best Director nod for Robert Siodmak. From Universal in 1946, also with Edmund O'Brien and Albert Decker, The Killers. Director Robert Siodmak's work on The Killers is undoubtedly impressive, but producer Mark Hellinger originally had another director in mind. He was thinking Don Siegel. Siegel went on to have an amazing career in Hollywood, which included several stellar collaborations with Clint Eastwood. At the time, though, Siegel had yet to direct a feature, but he did have 2 Oscar-winning short films from 1945. Siegel had also made a name for himself as a successful montage director. For example, that montage sequence that opens Casablanca, the one that tells you where it is, why it matters, why refugees fleeing the Nazis find themselves there, and how the dark underbelly of the black market operates, that sequence was directed by Don Siegel. Mark Hellinger, though, went with Siodmak over Siegel. Then, nearly 2 decades later, Siegel got the chance to direct his own take on The Killers. Siegel made the 1964 version of the film. That one was in color, intended as one of the first made-for-TV movies. Siegel's film was considered too violent for the small screen, though, and it went to theaters instead. Lee Marvin, John Cassavetes, and Angie Dickinson led the cast of the 1964 version of The Killers. That version is notable also as Ronald Reagan's final film performance. Plays the villain, plays him well, too. Coming up, Joan Crawford wins her sole Oscar in a memorable 1945 film noir/melodrama. Mildred Pierce, directed by Michael Curtiz, is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Mildred Pierce, then DOA, and later, Brides Are Like That. TCM's got cold feet tonight.